we have Antonella Novello. She is from Italy. She is a long-time astrologer and esotericist. She's delved deep into the esoteric mysteries and knowledge. And she has this amazing framework with her work with the planetary system. It's a bit beyond my comprehension, but absolutely fascinating, which she has generated through her brilliant mind. And she is going to share with us her thoughts and what she was inspired to talk about on Sirius, and her talk, which is Sirius and Leo. So welcome, Antonella, over to you.
Thank you, Catherine, and welcome all, and thank you for inviting me to dive into, again, to this Leo-Sirius combination and relationship. So I share my presentation. Yes. As Catherine said, this is the work of a group, actually. The planetary system you can find online in 4 languages. We try to celebrate the main conjunctions and relationships of the heavens with articles and seeds for a new culture and civilization. Okay. So we are still ignited by the fiery energies of the Sirius-Leo festival, the major monthly festival of the New World religion, dedicated to the task of making contact via the hierarchy with Sirian force. So we can approach and contemplate this main direction of the soul of the solar system and of the soul of the earth also, second ray, as one planetary server, as the new group of world servers is the planetary Ajna center. And so in this main solar festival of the New World religion, we govern from the heart, one with all hearts at any level, human, planetary, solar, and cosmic. Together as one, we are absorbing, apprehending, and anchoring greater dimensions of freedom and fiery love. And I will start with some symbols about Leo. And this is more than a poem, it's like a ritual. I don't know how to call it. It's a ritual presentation of the 12 signs that one great disciple, Italian disciple, Antonio Sabourini, wrote using the masonry symbols and dedicating this wheel of the evolution of consciousness, which is the zodiac, to rebuilding the sanctuary of human life. So let's dive with our hearts as one in these symbols. I am that, and that I am. The temple is covered. It is a refuge, a place to stop. Here men will gather, yet this is not a goal. Having here come, men will have to reorient and choose the new direction to march. Where will they go? Not to the west, from whence they come. There are no other doors in the temple. The temple doesn't serve the purpose unless it shows to man the only true way of salvation and liberation, the one rising straight to the zenith. Thus, the builders carve in the vault at the center a large hole, an eye on the heaven, a pupil. Very high and central, it is the peak of the work and the crown of the temple. It is a lantern and the true exit door, consecrated to the Almighty. It is a void, a supreme compass mark. So this direction throughout all the hearts till Sirius. Let's reassert some quotes that I'm sure many of you already know and love. But just to put these main keynotes in order. And let's begin with Sirius as the cosmic governor of Leo. August, which is ruled by Leo, is the month of the dog star, or of Sirius, which thus brings Sirius into close relation to Leo. Leo, in the cosmic sense, and apart from our solar system altogether, is ruled by Sirius. Sirius is the home of that greater lodge to which our fifth initiation admits a man, and to which it brings him as a humble disciple. Later, when the New World religion is founded and is working, we shall find that the major monthly festival in August, held at the time of the full moon, will be dedicated to the task of making contact via the hierarchy with Sirian force. So, I have written an essay of a long essay about the order of Orion, making a hypothesis of the higher zodiac beyond the 12 signs zodiac. That decay indicates that is made of 10 sections. So, and instead of the ecliptic with the 12 signs, I have brought this galactic plane, so the monadic plane, while the ecliptic is the soul plane, pertaining to consciousness evolution, while the galactic plane is related to the monadic cosmic reality or being or consciousness, if we like. And if we observe and divide this monadic plane in 10 sections, the sections where Leo is, we find exactly Sirius with the Canis Major or dog, the major dog. So we can also infer that also for the other constellations, or at least for the future 10 constellations, there is also a cosmic logos, a cosmic being that could be related to this logoi related to the 12 signs. So that's just a hint. We are going probably to translate from Italian this document in the next future. But up to now, I thought it was important to see that also from an astronomical point of view, there is this relationship, cosmic relationship to Leo and Sirius. Another cosmic relationship of Sirius-Leo is with the planet Jupiter's second ray, as we know. Sirius virtues or free influences are concentrated in Regulus, the star called the heart of Leo, again the heart. Its influences reach the center of the planetary heart hierarchy through the second ray planet Jupiter. So this triple interplay works powerfully throughout the solar system, especially upon humanity. So these days conjunction of Jupiter and Venus, which we know is the solar Sirius, its Isis, is so beautiful and good that we are talking and we are contemplating together this mystery, this deep relationship between all the hearts at all levels. And Jupiter will be in Leo next year, so let's prepare. Another relationship with Sirius-Leo is the combined influences of Sirius-Leo and Uranus, which we know is veiled hierarchically by the Sun as ruler of Leo, have been necessary to foster and produce the conditions that will enable humanity, firmly guided by the hierarchy, to take the first initiation and give birth to the Christ, revealing to the light of day the inner spiritual man, the soul. When, as now, Uranus, veiled by the Sun in Leo, adds its power to the other influences, and at the same time the seventh ray is in great activity on Earth, the necessary energy is available to precipitate the initiatory crisis and bring about a great rhythmic awakening. Humanity is now ready for the test and the embrace of fire that precede the first initiation. And interesting to remind that Uranus was in Leo last time in 1950, from 1956 to 1962, and will be again in 2039, 2046. And I found also interesting to present you the etymosophy, the wisdom of the etymon, of the Sanskrit name of Leo, Simha, and of the Latin Leo, Latin name of Leo. These are part of the ongoing course of astrology, as we call it, the wisdom of the stars that TPS is presenting this year online, just to celebrate the 12 archetypes that, as the case says, whose mysteries will be revealed by the Christ for the New World religion. So this is, Leo is one of the 12 archetypes or mysteries that will be guiding the New World religion. So Simha, two of its synonyms are Pankasha, 5 faces, the 5 faces of Shiva and the 5 Buddhas, and Hari, the Lord, he who carries here the 5 faces, which refers to Narayana, generally a name for Vishnu or Krishna, but also for Brahma, the Jivatman, the individual soul, the vital principle. The 5th sign is the Putrasthana, or the house of the sun, according to the rules of Hindu and Western astrology. The abode of the self, as the 5th house is, of the Christ principle. Leo is the sign of the sun, and the sun is a symbol of the sun, the Christ, as well as of the Antichrist as the demon of the sun, the self-centered personality. These quotes are taken from Subaru, the Theosophist. And Leo, from the Latin Leo, lion, Indo-European root lu, ru, expressing the idea of noise and therefore of roaring, and the color red. from which derived the Sanskrit root to make noise, to roar, rauti, to roar, the Greek lion, and roktos, roar, crash. The Latin ruber, reddish, and the English red have the same etymology. Let's think of the lords of flame related to the first creative hierarchy of Leo. The Latin, it therefore expresses the idea of a fiery will, red will, to express sound and light. Such is the creative force of the solar fire Agni and of the individual soul, the solar angel, attested on the fifth higher mental plane. Another keynote of Sirius is Sirius as the sun's primary and our cosmic hierarchy. The system of the Sirian logos is on the cosmic mental plane. So we can think that on the monadic plane, there is the monadic essence of Sirius, as also of our solar logos as one of this triangle in the circle which represent the cosmic logos. And from that cosmic logos, a ray is projected on the cosmic mental plane and forms the causal body of Sirius, but also of our solar logos and six other solar logoi. So the sun, Sirius, is the source of logoic manas and was the agent which produced the first flicker of consciousness. Our logos loses not his identity, even though he forms part of the consciousness of the logos of Sirius. So possibly as one triangle in this circle. In his turn, the Sirian logos forms one of the seven grand heavenly men who are the centers in the body of one of whom not may be said. The Sirian logos is to our solar logos what the human ego is to the personality, as Catherine said, the higher self. The consciousness of the cosmic mental plane is the logoic goal of attainment for the solar logos, which we know uses 12 hierarchies related for our fourth human hierarchy to the 12 signs and manifests itself on the astral cosmic plane and mainly on the cosmic physical plane. 5 hierarchy manifest for us and 7 manifest hierarchies. The rod of initiation wielded by the logos of the solar system is called the sevenfold flaming fire. It was confided to our logos by the Lord of Sirius and sent to our system from that radiant sun. This rod of power is used at the initiation of the 7 heavenly men on cosmic levels. So, a stream of energy coming from the sun Sirius, this enters directly into the hierarchy, our planetary heart, and carries with it the principle of buddhi, of cosmic love. This, in a mysterious way, is the principle found at the heart of every atom. The energy of Sirius bypasses Shambhala and is focused in the hierarchy. The entire work of the Great White Lodge is controlled from Sirius. The ashrams are subjected to its cyclic inflow. The higher initiations are taken under its stimulation, for the principle of buddhi, of pure love, wisdom, must be active in the heart of every initiate prior to the initiation of the great decision. This Syrian influence wasn't recognized, and little of it was definitely focused in the hierarchy until Christ came and revealed the love of God to humanity. He is the expression par excellence of a Syrian initiation, and it is to that high place he will eventually go. So we can say that intelligent love from Sirius is the golden path to cosmic fire. Sirius, intelligent magnet of love, presidium of our cosmic heart, cosmic Isis in the service of the celestial Osiris, Orion, drives the many to the central one. Sirius, Osiris, and Horus, Aldebaran, and Pleiades, which are on the ecliptic of the 12 signs of the zodiac. So these main influence from the main two origins, Osiris, Orion, and Isis, Sirius, are really like a dyad, monadic dyad, that gives the force to the bulb to incarnate the word into the 12 knives of the round table of the zodiac. Sirius is the divine ray, second ray, of the great cosmic Christ, Orion. Sirius, Orion. From Blavatsky, Sirius in Egyptian Sotis, the dog star, the star worshipped in Egypt and reverenced by the occultists. By the former because its heliacal rising with the sun, Sirius rising with the sun, was a sign of the beneficent inundation of the Nile, and by the latter because it is mysteriously associated with Thoth Hermes, god of wisdom, and Mercury in another form. Thus, Sotis Sirius had and still has a mystic and direct influence over the whole living heaven, and is connected with almost every god and goddess. So this heliacal rising at that time was at the time of their solstice, around 21st of July. Now the heliacal rising is in another date that we are going to see later. So from Blavatsky again, it was Isis in the heaven and called Isis Sotis, for Isis was in the constellation of the dog, as is declared on her monuments. The soul of Osiris was believed to reside in a personage who walks with great steps in front of Sotis, scepter in hand and a whip upon his shoulder. Sirius is also Anubis and is directly connected with the ring-pasmi knot. It is moreover identical with Mitra, the Persian mystery god, and with Horus and even Hathor, called sometimes the goddess Sotis. Being connected with the pyramid, Sirius was therefore connected with the initiations which took place in it. A temple to Sirius Sotis once existed within the great temple of Dendera, as we have seen. To sum up, all religions are not derived from Sirius the dog star, but Sirius Sotis is certainly found in connection with every religion of antiquity. So the heliacal rising of Sirius at the 45th parallel north, that is the one of New York, Turin in Italy, and other cities or places around all the 45th parallel, for example, currently occurs around mid-August. Because it's invisible to our eyes from half May to half August, because it's during the day, is present in our heaven, and the rays and the light of the sun hinders us to see it. And the heliacal rising means the first time in the year that a star becomes visible on the horizon of the night sky before the sun rises. Sirius is concealed by the rays of the daytime sun starting in May in Taurus, In the dark light of the night, we therefore celebrate its annual reappearance under the auspices of Leo as a reappearance in the hearts of the great master of cosmic love. Similarly, the heliacal rising of Sirius is the distribution via the spiritual circle of the Earth's horizon, personality, of the combined Sirius Sun energy, monad, Sirius, soul, sun. And look at this, as it is called, the winter triangle between Sirius, the big dog, and Procyon, or the little dog, and Betelgeuse, the main star of Orion. And in the center of this winter triangle or asterism, we find the unicorn, the one eye of the initiate related to Capricorn and initiation. And another astronomical important note. Between the zodiacal constellation of the Bow and of the Twins, here the Bow, here the Twins, the arm of Orion, is in yellow, sustains the galactic anticenter, that is the symmetrical alter ego of the galactic center. This place of command between the Milky Way and the ecliptic, because it's exactly the intersection between the solar soul plane and the monadic galactic plane, this place of command between the soul and the monad is veiled by the symbol of the head of the cosmic Christ, associated with the Sirius-Gemini relationship, the two columns that hold the head of the cosmic Christ, as the case says. That magnet with two pillars of the intellect of love, loving intelligence or intelligent love, that underlies every manifestation of our current second solar system. So opposite to the galactic center, between the Scorpion and the Archer constellation. In the Egyptian mysteries, Orion corresponds to the celestial Osiris, who presides over the kingdom of souls, to which every pharaoh Horus ascends through the southern star Al-Nitak of Orion's belt, the three kings, to become immortal and rejoin the heavenly father, monad, together with his consort, the mother, Isis, Sirius, soul. So the southern way from the pyramid of the king and of the queen were just directed to this Orion's belt, Al-Nitak star, and Isis, Sirius, for the queen. Gemini is the entry point for the cosmic energy coming from Sirius, the son of the Great Bear, and Pleiades, the primary or higher ego of our sun, the cosmic manas, which carries buddhi or love wisdom, intelligent love. And Blavatsky is very clear in saying that we cannot reach buddhi, only we reach buddhi through its vehicle, which is manas, love through intelligence. So here we can say that the monad or the solar logos is Orion or Osiris. The soul of the solar logos is Sirius, Isis, and the personality of the solar logos is our sun and Horus. Another keynote is Sirius as the brilliant star of sensitivity. Sirius is the great star of initiation because our hierarchy, an expression of the second aspect of divinity, is under the supervision or spiritual magnetic control of the hierarchy of Sirius. These are the major controlling influences whereby the cosmic Christ works upon the Christ principle in the solar system, in the planet, in man, and in the lower forms of life expression. It is esoterically called the brilliant star of sensitivity. Our solar system is one in which sensitivity to contact is the dominant quality. It is in process of becoming cosmically aware. It is driven by need and environing cosmic circumstance to develop love wisdom. And both these words are descriptive and expressive of the consciousness aspect. Love is response to contact, and this in the human being means understanding, inclusiveness, and identification. Third aspect, inclusiveness. Second aspect, identification. First aspect of this love wisdom. Wisdom connotes skill in action as the result of developed love and the light of understanding. It is awareness of requirements and ability to bring together into a fused relationship the need and that which will meet it. Service is which we know is the energy, main energy, or the opposite sign to Leo, which is Aquarius. Service is essentially a scientific mode of expressing love wisdom. The evolutionary process from the standpoint of the ordinary human being is to make the non-sacred planet, our Earth, responsive to cosmic impacts, thus bringing more interrelated and inner integration into the logoic body of expression to eventually become a sacred luminary as well. The heliacal rising of Sirius on the horizon is a sign from the sacred depths of cosmos to the sacred sphere of appearance of the resurrection on earth, of the sensitivity of the heart. So we can imagine that from Sirius, from this monadic point of tension, through our sun and this heliacal rising, which was giving the birth to the year cycle for the Egyptians, now it occurs in August, around the middle of August. So in these days, and this is a sign that all the planes are touching, are in contact, and the unity, the union between modern and soul on the horizon of our personality, of our earth, is releasing its energy of love, of freeing, liberating love, let's say. And it's interesting to note that not only Leo is related to Sirius, but 7 signs are related. So all the crosses are, of course, related to Sirius. So as we have seen, Sirius presides over Leo from a cosmic point of view, but distributes cosmic love in the solar system through Gemini, the head of the cosmic Christ, and the hierarchy. Reaches the hierarchy and every disciple heart through Pisces and the planet Uranus. Is the star of sensitivity that dominates the 4th human hierarchy through Scorpio and the fixed cross. And it is the star of Mercury and the Buddha, which prepares humanity for the first 3 initiations. And then through the Capricorn Cancer axis and the planet Saturn stimulates sensitivity and the probationary path in humanity, thus exerting this cosmic pull, especially at the time of the solstices, which are ruled by the Capricorn Cancer axis. And then in association with Virgo, the Great Mother, nurtures the growth of Christ consciousness. And the last note, Sirius in close relationship with Sanakumara. This great sun, which is to our solar logos what the monad is to the spiritual man, the soul, has a peculiar part to play where our earth is concerned. It might be considered by those with a sound sense of occult proportion that our tiny planet with its planetary logos, one of the imperfect gods of this secret doctrine, would be too small to enter in the slightest way into the consciousness of that supreme illuminate entity, who is greater even than our solar logos. Such, however, is the case. There is a relationship of very ancient date between our Lord of the world, Sanat Kumara, and the Lord of Sirius. And this exists in spite of the fact that our planet is not a sacred planet. It might be added that our planet is in the immediate cycle, rapidly passing out of this category and on the inner planes, and is subjectively considered is a sacred planet. So it's already expressing at some level his or her second ray soul. From Sirius comes both the law of karma and the energy of liberation. It is the principle of freedom which lies behind the spirit of death and forms the motivating power of that great releasing agency. It is that which provides a pathway of power between our hierarchy and the distant sun Sirius, and gives the incentive towards the culture of freedom or of liberation, which motivates the work of the masters of the wisdom. It is that which produced the ferment and the vortex of conflict in far distant ages, and which has been recognized in the present through the results of the law of evolution in every kingdom in nature. The law of freedom is the law of which the three cosmic laws, the laws of synthesis, attraction, and economy, are only aspects. It is responsible for his, referred to Sanat Kumara, the custodian of the will of the Great White Lodge of Sirius, being known as the Great Sacrifice, for under the control of this law of liberation, he created our planetary life and all that is within and upon it, in order to learn to yield this law with full understanding, in full consciousness, and yet at the same time to bring release to the myriad forms of his creation. So freedom comes to Sirius. May the will of the heart restore the plan of liberation on the blue planet. And we see the union with our cosmic magnet with an affirmation of the fire of the heart. The union of fire shines at the summit. The heart of the sun is one with Sirius. All rises high to the sun of suns. The golden work united we are, and shines your sun in every heart. O Master, help us to do your work. And the sun of suns shines to the everlasting song of the great labor. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Antonella, for setting such a high quality note and bringing all of that information together in such a beautiful, rich way. I'm so grateful that you were able to share with us today. Thank you so much.